That's going to do it for us this week, but be sure to tune in next week for a brand new lineup. First up, clashes between police and protesters are heating up in Montreal. What was first described as a student strike is moving into the realm of citizen revolt and may even make the makings of a maple spring. 102 days into the protests, ralliers are still holding strong. All of this in protest of tuition hikes across the country. All this comes just days after local authorities passed emergency measures that would shut down some of the universities and impose harsh fines on protesters, even blocking students from attending classes. And this is an attempt to curb the unrest and cut the protesters off at their source. Next week, we'll bring you the very latest from those protests. And next up, you heard us talking a lot today about the Wisconsin recall vote and how important this moment is, both to union workers as well as lawmakers across the country. It's also a big litmus test about where the people stand heading into the 2012 elections and whether big movements or going to trump big money. We'll continue following the developments out of the state next week. And last but not least, it's a meeting of the world's foremost economic and political minds, and something they don't want you to know about. I'm talking, of course, about the annual Bilderberg Conference. For years, the details of this meeting have been shrouded in secrecy. We don't even know who attends. But what we do know is that several very important pieces of legislation have been traced back to this group, things that affect you and I. So don't we have a right to know what exactly is going on there? Well, next week we'll take you to the Bilderberg Group's Book of Secrets and open them up. And I will be there in Virginia all week and weekend covering the Bilderberg Conference and reporting back. Those are just a few of the stories we have in store for you next week, along with more news and in-depth interviews. So be sure to stay tuned and keep it right here at RT.